Hey yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy S. V. Hee ha. Need not to worry. I'm back here with another John. Yeah, we gonna talk ESBC. You know what I'm saying? We gonna, you know what I'm saying? Get the little, got the SV, beard brush. My shit. Anyway, we're gonna talk a little ESBC, man. And we're gonna talk a little fight night. Look, if fight night decided, like, you know what, ESBC, what if they just lit a fire under EA Sports, right? What if they just, ESBC was just the spark that EA needed, right? To come out with a new boxing game. How would y'all feel about that? How would y'all feel if EA came out, breaking news, it's official, signed, sealed, and delivered, they're coming out with a new boxing game? How would y'all feel about that? Would y'all be excited? Would y'all be like, yeah, finally, now the real shit is coming out after everything we've seen with ESBC? Because some people seem to think that this is just all talk and it's all hype behind ESBC. Still to this day, with everything we've read and all of the little gameplay snippets that they have out, some people still feel like it's cap. Some people still feel like ESBC ain't what it is. They gotta see for themselves in order to give them any credit. Because what some people are saying is that ESBC could just be all talk. So if EA Sports decided to say, you know what, we coming out with our own game. We about to do Fight Night Champions 2. We gonna have another story. It ain't gonna be Bishop, but we gonna have another story behind it. We gonna revamp the creatorship mode. We gonna give y'all more options. We gonna revamp the footwork. What would y'all think? Would y'all ditch ESBC and be like, nah, EA Sports is where it's at. EA Sports is in the game. Would y'all jump ship off of the hype around ESBC? Or would y'all just love to have the competition and have both games in y'all shit? And just be like, you know what? Me personally, EA Sports, to me, is the one that has to earn my respect. EA Sports is the one that's going to have to prove to me that they ain't just blowing hot air. Yeah, even with their track record of all of their great games that we played from them. Right now, the company Electronic Arts would have to prove to me that they serious about making a real boxing title, a simulation boxing title. Because everything from what I've seen from ESBC, they look like they're serious about making a simulation boxing video game. Alright? They look serious about this shit. Because now look, what you would have to do, how I would judge EA if they was coming out with a new boxing game, I would look at the UFC game. I would judge them by what they're doing over there with their UFC game. Because the team that made Fight Night, majority of that team is the team that's making the UFC games. So that team that used to make the Fight Nights, all right, they scrapped Fight Night. They was like, look, guys, the big wigs at EA's like, look, we ain't doing the Fight Night series no more right now. Right now, that's on pause. Don't think about Fight Night. Right now, we're going to focus strictly on the UFC. That's more popular than boxing. It's easier. We could get the license. We could get all the guys. We could get all the superstars. And we could get them in the game. Let's make this game. Right? So that's how I would be judging. That's how I would be judging EA Sports. I read an article like sometime, like maybe it was probably some years back, where one of the EA developers that developed the UFC games that used to work on Fight Night was saying that how, I believe he was saying how they don't have the power and the resources to really make the game that they want in a boxing game. He was pretty much saying that the people up top ain't allowing motherfuckers to be creative enough to make the game that we really want and that we asking for. See? So if EA decided to say, look, we coming out with our boxing game, while ESBC is doing this shit, while they in their process, if they just threw a wrench in there and was like, look, we about to drop a game and just put whatever superstar, they put AJ on the cover, right? Say they did that. They got Tyson Fury and AJ on the cover of their game, and they like, boom, and they put that out on us, saying 2021 or 2022, EA Sports is back with whatever they pitch will be. How would you really feel about that? Are we really gonna support? Is ESBC already the champ in this boxing shit? To me, yes, they are. To me, because they're listening to what we want, I believe. I believe they're listening to us. The fan, the boxing fan, the hardcore boxing fan. That's who they listening to. And I believe that the creators over there at ESBC at Steel City, that they're real boxing fans. They're real boxing fans that actually know the sport of boxing. Excuse me. That's what I believe. I wouldn't jump ship if EA decided to try to throw a wrench and be like, yeah, we putting out a game and AJ and Tyson is on the cover. I wouldn't jump ship. I still would think that ESBC is going to be the top fighting game that we see this year coming. I think it's going to be the best fighting game overall. Because, right, I would look at EA UFC, right? If I look at footage of EA UFC 4, look at the movement. Look at the movement of their fighters in UFC. And look at the movement in the fighters of ESBC. Look at the movement. Look at the movement. Just the movement alone, ESBC is killing anything UFC 4 is doing. With just their movement trailer. Put up the movement trailer against actual gameplay of UFC 4, which is EA Sports' latest fighting simulation of MMA. That's their latest work. And just compare the two. Shit's night and day, bro. It's night and day. And I'm not a hardcore UFC fan. I'm a casual UFC fan. I played some of the UFC games. I even bought one of the UFC games back in the day. I think it was UFC 3. I bought one of them shits. I thought it was a good game. Undisputed, I think it was called UFC 3. One of them. I bought one of them. I thought it was pretty tough. I had that game. I had fun with it. But it didn't keep me engaged. You know what I'm saying? I played it for a couple months and then it was just a game that I had. But the MMA fans say that UFC 3 Undisputed was one of, if not the best UFC game that EA made. I think THQ made one of them games too. If I'm not mistaken. I think THQ made one of the UFCs. Yeah. You know, but yeah. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Would y'all think that, all right, because you know Fight Night has the more popular name and brand and all of that. They got all of that shit down pat. They got more fans that know the game. They got more people that know about their company. You know what I'm saying? They just have a bigger, better resume than Steel City does right now. Me, I'm fucking with ESBC. Period. I'm giving the middle finger to EA Sports. Because it's not just their fighters that they lacking in. A lot of their sports shit, they just lazy, bro. They don't pay attention to detail and they don't listen to their fans. They just don't. They just get the big stars, they just get the big names and let that shit sell their game. They not getting down to the nitty gritty of the sport. They ain't getting down to the nitty gritty in the NFL. They ain't getting down to the nitty gritty of the fucking little small details in the NBA. That's why NBA Live is a game that's not even being made anymore. So yeah, let me know what y'all think, man. If EA was to come out with a game and say, and it made the announcement that, look, we coming out with Fight Night Champions 2. Would y'all jump ship? Would y'all be like, hi, ESBC, y'all done for now? Would it be like back in the day when 2K and Live used to come out and people was like, nah, Live is better. And people were like, nah, 2K is better. All of the EA fans. Would y'all say fuck ESBC? Next June.